Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we've got something pretty interesting to talk about because it seems as though Mattel has gone ahead and given us another variant of another figure. As you can clearly see, we have the Quetzalcoatlus, but what's weird about this is they didn't just give us like any sort of like a random paint variant or anything like that they normally would do. What they actually did was upgraded the figure without anybody even knowing until the Paleo Collector had recently brought this to my attention. So the biggest difference is actually like the coloration. Everything seems to be the same. I am going to take this out of the packaging to be sure here in just a moment. But the one thing that, you know, with the original version of the Quetzalcoatlus, now this is the one I have reviewed here on the channel when the, you know, Jurassic World Rebirth film dropped and the toy line dropped. This was one of the first figures I actually acquired. But what's unfortunate about this, although it does have some pretty nice neck articulation, is it didn't have much in the way of its ability to kind of go left and right. As you can see, it like is jammed completely, has no ability to kind of look backwards or anything like that. It's got really nice and smooth up and down, but not much in the way of sort of swiveling. So that was one downside to this figure. However, with this new one, as you can see, that has actually been fixed, and the articulation now is actually quite incredible in that area of the neck, as you can see. So I'm going to quickly pop this out of the packaging, bring it in, and just show it to you a little bit better that way. So here is the new version of the Quetzalcoatlus that has recently been hitting different Walmarts and stuff, and I'd imagine other stores across the world, wherever you might buy your Jurassic World figures. And again, when it comes to the neck articulation, obviously we had some pretty nice up and down before, but honestly that actually feels like it might be even better. Let me grab this guy over here and then check that out and see if it is any better. No, maybe not actually. It looks like it's pretty close to the way it was before, maybe a little bit better on the newer one, but I can't really say, you know, for sure. You can see the colors and everything are definitely the same here on the face. The patterning's the same. We've got the red in the throat and everything, the lighter tones as well as those orange spots and everything. Nothing really seems to be different as far as that goes. No real differences as far as the paintwork goes. But again, before you couldn't move left or right. As you can see, it's a struggle for it to even wiggle like that. But this one, now, look at that. That is really, really nice. And you can completely, again, swivel behind, and then you can still go up and down. So, like, that neck articulation is really, really smooth on this new version of the Quetzalcoatlus. Like, you can really get, look at that, left and right in this area when you turn it like that. That is really, really smooth. Actually almost reminds me of like Hammond Collection, smooth articulation now in the neck. The other thing that I had heard that was potentially improved was the stability of the wings. Now, many people, well, it's definitely better than mine already as far as my first version, but many people said theirs was fine. You know, a lot of people were claiming that they didn't have any issues at all when it comes to theirs. But with mine, with my very first version, the wings were very weak and they did not stay. See, you can already see it gave me such a hard time staying in this position. Like it just keeps popping. Oh, now the other wing's back out. Okay, so yeah, it's just not even going to work apparently anymore. But the wings just did not stay in place very well, and I have heard from a few others that have found this newer version that the wings are a good bit stronger now on this newer one. And as we can see, it's standing here with its wings folded beautifully, no issues whatsoever. So if you were one of the people like me that had trouble with your first version, it seems like the newer ones are a whole lot better on top of the improved neck articulation. So that is again a massive plus to this newest version. I would imagine the rest of the figure is probably the same. The articulation in the wrists, the feet, everything seems to be the same on this compared to the other one. Really nice, loud, clear noises on that one. Let's see how the older one was. everything sounds the same as far as that goes as well. So it's not a massive, like, crazy difference when it comes to these two. And if you're okay with the fairly limited neck articulation on the older one, you may not even care too much about this newer one. But if you did want to have better neck articulation and maybe more stable wings, depending on how yours was, then I would definitely say search out the new one. Check out, again, your local Walmart. Once you get in there, just start twisting the necks around a little bit and see if there's any mobility. And it seems like, honestly, my Walmarts are flooded with the newest version, because every single store I went to over the last few days actually had the newer ones. So you should have no problem getting a hold of this newer one, hopefully. And if you do, just wait it out. It should be appearing sometime soon. So again, Mattel just randomly sneaking things out here that we as collectors pretty much have a hard time trying to stay up to date with and, you know, noticing, but definitely a really nice touch that they did to this Quetzalcoatlus with way better neck articulation on the newer one. So if you are interested, head to your local Walmart, see if you can grab it, or wherever you may buy your Jurassic World figures from, check that area, see if you can find the newer one. Once you articulate the head and neck area, you will instantly know whether you have the newer or older one. And again, good luck, happy hunting, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.